house was probably built in the early 19th century.
Yeah.
And my guess is it would be in the 1830s. But it could be a little older. It could have been 1820s, 1810. But I think it was about the 1830s. And it was a Conklin property.
We'd have to spend some time in the Orange County Deeds room to search the deeds and determine when, if that gave us enough information to tell us when the house was actually built. And then we'd know who owned it at the time. But Benjamin Rowe Conklin was the earliest owner that we're aware of.
Yeah.
And in the 1860s, he became very prosperous when the railroads came through, because his feed store expanded into also providing coal to the local areas because of the proximity to the railroad.
And the preferred coal was they called it Lehigh coal because it was coming out of Pennsylvania, the coal fields of Pennsylvania. Lehigh coal.
Low ash anthracite.
When anthracite was exported into this area, it really became very popular and in great demand. And the Conklins made money on that and prospered here. Now, this site here became one of the most famous hatcheries east of the Mississippi River, the Van Duzer Hatchery. They bred chickens and sold them all over the country. Mr. Van Duzer's business was so successful, he even had his own airplane and flew around from place to place all over the country. People knew the Van Duzer Hatchery. Some of the great chicken farmers in Eastern America, Eastern United States, bought their chickens from here. So it was a chicken breeding place. It flourished in the 1930s, 40s.
And the post office had a special service to deliver live chicks around pretty much the whole East Coast.
And this is currently the home of Richard and Susan Logothetis. Richard is the owner of Lyceum Lighting Company. They export spotlights all over the world to famous opera houses all over the world today. And their business, their factory is right here in Sugar Loaf. And he was the one who had a dream when he was a boy of owning a theater. And he came up here and started a theater in the late 1970s. And that grew into a very substantial theater that he had built on property that he bought, over 700 seats in the auditorium, and that was called the Lyceum Theater, and is now owned by. He ultimately was sold to.
I think it's town of Chester.
Oh, town. I'm sorry, you're right. It's town.
Yep. The Sugar Loaf, now called the Sugar Loaf Performing Arts Center.